It's been a rough bear market for crypto markets. If you're an ADA holder, it's been a rough bear market. This is the ADA chart. And special shout out to you right now, Pound, if you are out there and you've just been in this bear market with me, surviving the bearish winter. This isn't the first bear market. It's probably not going to be the last. And when we're looking at the ADA chart, it's kind of difficult to even imagine ADA going any lower. But I truly, genuinely think, and this is my view, this is how I see things, I think there's wisdom in sitting back and saying, hey, listen, it could go lower. And in this video, I want to identify and break down, if it did go lower, where do I think that would be? And this really plays into the bottom of crypto and potentially the bottom of these ADA charts. And we're going to go over and dig into some prices. And for context to everything that we're talking about in this video, I want to let you know this isn't my first bear market. I tweeted earlier today literally is the 5-year anniversary of Crypto Capital Venture on YouTube. So we've been tracking these markets for a while. So December 5th, 2018, or 2017, if you can imagine, all the way back here somewhere, going into that crazy high. And look, this bear market, many of you out there, we survived it together. And so when we look at things like this ADA chart, I think as we zoom out, we're going to survive this one as well. I really do think this is such a new and emerging technology, crypto as a whole. I think we're going to get through this. I really do. But obviously, as always, there's no guarantees. Before we look into the price of ADA and where I think it could go, I want to go over something real quick. This really sets the tone. This sets the foundation to my macro outlook as kind of a value investor. Cardano is head and shoulders above Ethereum, says this article, Polkadot, and other crypto assets in one metric, says Sentiment. Cardano is head and shoulders above other crypto assets on development activity. If you're an ADA holder, you might have seen this recent news, and it's not the first time we've seen this. According to the crypto analytics firm, Cardano reached 18% more GitHub development activity than Polkadot, which came in second. So Sentiment previously said that heavy development activity centered around a crypto project is a positive indication, I would say, especially in a bear market. That could mean that the developers believe the protocol will be successful or shipping new features. It also indicates that there is less possibility that the project is just an exit scam. I'm pretty confident it's not an exit scam, but I'm especially confident in just the future for Cardano and this blockchain, particularly because of data like this. Particularly because if we zoom out on an ADA chart alone, and this is the story we've been tracking since the last bear market all the way back here where ADA was tanking along with the rest of crypto, so much has happened. Staking mechanism, Mary, the multi-asset ledger, Mary hard fork, Alonzo smart contracts, Vassal scalability. So much is happening. So much more is in place this bear market, setting the foundation, setting what I think is a launch pad for innovation and growth. And us as a community, in Cardano, I think it really sets foundation. So I want to keep that within context of price talk, because that's really the foundation to everything that we're looking at right now. Now, before we dive into this ADA chart, and there's some really cool numbers as it kind of goes along with the Bitcoin roadmap story that we've talked about, I want to give a special shout out to the sponsor of this video. Thank you, Genius Yield and the team over there for sponsoring this video. They've been an awesome sponsor to Crypto Capital Venture. But big news for Genius Yield right now, unlocking DeFi for everyone. In case you're unaware, real quick, Genius Yield is the all-in-one DeFi platform that combines concentrated liquidity DEX, and this is the big piece of it, everybody. This is a long-awaited DEX, a very exceptional project and team that many ADA holders have been waiting for, with an automated yield optimizer built from the ground up to fully benefit from Cardano's EUTXO-based ledger, which would be accessible both to beginners and seasoned traders. So what I want to go over real quick is this. They tweeted, and this was today, they said, "Hello, Cardano. We're very proud to announce that the GENS tokens have been minted. To make sure the GENS token is considered a utility token by Swiss regulation, we needed to mint tokens before the public sale started. Otherwise, they could have been considered security." So the token generation event happened on December 2nd. This is a few days ago. We believe that every DeFi protocol should show proof of transparency. That's why we're sharing with the community all the internal wallet addresses holding GENS tokens as stated in our tokenomics. Just number one, with all of the mess that's going on throughout crypto right now, it doesn't matter if you're an exchange, a DEX, a centralized exchange, or a DEX. This is what we want to see. We want to see, as crypto holders now, as this space matures and grows, we want to see transparency. So it's very promising, and I'm happy to see Genius Shield doing this. Beware of scammers. So this is something that I just wanted to throw out there. Fraudsters will often find a new legitimate token about to be listed and create a similar listing before the official one, or list a fake token. So just be very careful out there. When you see something regarding Genius Shield or Gens tokens, double, triple confirm that it's Gens tokens, right? So this is where we need to focus. We'll make sure to have the Gens token verified on DEXs that offer this verification feature. In the meantime, if you want to purchase Gens token on a DEX, please make sure to double check the policy ID. There won't be any Gens token in circulation before the public sale distribution phase from December 21st to December 24th. So if we're looking at this, I want to just go over here to their website, which is the project stages. And right now they are in round 1 in terms of their Gens tokens being sold. And so there's round 2, which is December 9th to the 13th. There's round 3, the 13th to the 17th. And there's round 4th, December 17th to December 21st, which is what their tweet here is referring to. There won't be any Gens tokens in circulation before the public sale distribution phase from December 21st to December 24th. So there's round 4. It's upcoming. So keep your eyes out for that. This is a big milestone, as the Gens token is a fuel that powers the Genius Shield ecosystem and redistributes 20% of all platform fees to its stakers, as well as voting power in the future Genius Shield DAO. And we're very excited about what's to come in the weeks and months ahead. I don't know if you've been aware of Genius Shield. I don't know if you looked into it yet. The one thing that's very exciting to me is just their interface and what they've been releasing in terms of the DEX itself, and just the features that the DEX has. This is what the community has been waiting for months and months and months, looking forward to this. And it's finally here. This is a big deal as they get closer to really just everything coming to fruition that's in their roadmap. Smart swaps, concentrated liquidity, smart order routers, smart liquidity vault, Gens staking program. So shout out to Genius Shield for sponsoring this video once again. I really appreciate you and the team. Awesome team over there. Please keep building, persevere, and this all happening through the bear market, which is what we want to see. Let's pivot over to the ADA charts. This is where the ADA charts are, and this is the bear market picture for all of us. What I want to do is I want to take a step back to start pinpointing some prices where ADA can go in price. And I want to remind ourselves that in terms of data for these bear market cycles, nothing can compete with Bitcoin in terms of just the data that we have on crypto cycles, bear markets, bull markets, when we exit and when we bottom, all of these different things. Bitcoin has the most data. So what has most recently transpired on the Bitcoin chart is Bitcoin on my chart has fallen below a very key 786 area. It's a retracement area. I'm not going to go too much into that, but it's the last bear market low to bull market high, back down to the 786, and we're below it. Now, historically, this is where Bitcoin has bottomed. And you can even just see it in the last 2018 bear market, below that 786 line. And now, when we're talking about bottoming out below the 786 line, an average of the previous cycles could bring Bitcoin 35% below the 786 line. So Bitcoin theoretically, based on just data and history and previous bear market lows, Bitcoin still has room 35% to the downside, and it would be extremely common for Bitcoin to do that. So for all crypto markets, I think it's really important that we remember it's been rough. All bear markets are, but there's still room to the downside, and it would be very normal. It would be a very normal cycle. All of the mess that's going on in the world right now, and even within crypto with the collapse of Luna, Celsius, FTX, it's bad, but crypto is surviving it and even still has cushion to the downside. So we need to establish that. But what I wanted to do is I wanted to say, okay, and this is my data. It's not guaranteed, but this is how I see the charts, and this is what I see as possible for this bear market. We've talked about it a lot. An $11,000 to $12,000 Bitcoin. If that happens, what's ADA likely doing, right? So basically, if Bitcoin falls 35%, what is ADA likely doing on this chart? And what I wanted to do is I wanted to dig into more particular data on the Bitcoin charts comparative to the ADA charts to kind of get an idea of, because a lot of people say crypto and altcoins follow Bitcoin, and I don't think that's the case. I think a lot of times altcoins are more volatile than Bitcoin, but I think crypto markets as a whole are following equity markets. Now, if we look at, though, this Bitcoin chart versus the ADA chart, I want to point something out, and I actually kind of just noticed this. If you zoom out on a Bitcoin chart and then you zoom out on an ADA chart, it's kind of like, we know altcoins like ADA are more volatile, and it looks like ADA is just performing so terrible compared to Bitcoin, but it's actually not that bad. And so I dug into 3 events that happened on Bitcoin: Luna, Celsius, FTX, and I said, how far did Bitcoin fall each time, and how far did ADA fall each of those times, to kind of stack the two against each other to see how correlated they are, and if Bitcoin's falling, what's ADA really doing? So the Luna collapse, right? This was a 47% fall for a Bitcoin in this big drop from that time frame of, end of March or so into May. If we go to ADA, there was a 69%. So ADA definitely underperformed versus Bitcoin at that Luna collapse when the charts were falling. But then we go to Celsius. Bitcoin down 44%. ADA down 36%. So now we have, in the Celsius collapse, ADA actually outperformed Bitcoin. So then I went and I said, okay, how about most recently FTX? So Bitcoin down 25%, and we have ADA down around 27%, almost just neck and neck, just kind of hanging out together. And so you see, obviously the Luna collapse was a little bit more volatile for Cardano ADA, but not too much worse in general comparative to all 3 of these events. So if we're looking at Bitcoin chart and we're anticipating, again, from a cycle perspective, and this is historical data. I've been tracking this data for a very long time as it pertains to Bitcoin. Here's a chart I did in 2018 before any of this cycle even played out. You see all of this blank space. We have the bottom of the bear market in 2018, and this chart played out very, very similar to what I speculated. So we're using that same story, that same cycles of Bitcoin and the halvings to play into the potential for a 35% continued dip for Bitcoin to kind of put in that bottom. And if that were to happen, based on just all of these numbers that I've just kind of put together, I think what's in play for the Cardano charts is this. If we go to a Cardano weekly, we can just say Bitcoin 35%, ADA, I think what's in play for ADA is a 45% dip. And that brings us sub 20 cents, around 17 cents for ADA on these charts. And I think what's kind of notable about that is if you look at this swing high right before the last bull market started back here, not right before, but I should say, where's November? November 2020, right around here, it's kind of when the crypto entered that bull market, but that entire region, right around 17 cents. So it almost looks really nice on the ADA chart if it were to happen. Again, it might not happen. It might not go that low. We know we have short and midterm targets, which are below 30 cents slightly, but this is a more macro target that kind of goes in synergy with the Bitcoin charts if Bitcoin were to really fall into this bottom range that I've been talking about on this YouTube channel. So what is in play for ADA is another 45% dip. Want to point something out to you. If we look at a zoomed out ADA chart and ADA were to do that, right, from that swing high, the bull market high, it's around a 94% dip for ADA. Again, shout out to all of you if you've just been out there surviving this and just holding or accumulating and just doing so with just positive mentality and kind of a macro outlook. Just props to all of you out there and all of you builders out there. But the last bear market, we have the bull market high to bear market low, and that's not the right tool. We want our price range. So bull market high to bear market low, we're looking at 98%. So again, even a 17 cent ADA would not be as bad as the last bear market. And I will say this once again, as in terms of the technology and the foundation that is built this bear market compared to the last one, Cardano is so well positioned, I think. And when we see it in the headlines, we see it in articles that we cover so much on this YouTube channel, Cardano is proving itself as truly a decentralized, secure, reliable, scalable blockchain. And so when we exit this bear market, Hopefully it happens, right? Hopefully it happens. Nobody knows. But when we exit this bear market, I think Cardano is so well positioned. So let me know your thoughts on this chart and the data that I'm using to kind of bring into play these numbers. We always anticipate downside. We always anticipate upside. We anticipate all scenarios. At the end of the day, everybody, nobody, absolutely nobody knows what's going to happen next. This is risky business. So please be very careful out there. Everything we're discussing in this video is just my view. It's how I see these charts. It's how I see things. It's my approach. So hopefully you're picking up what I'm putting down. Once again, thank you to our sponsor of this video, Genius Yield. Appreciate you and the team as well. Have an awesome day, everybody. God bless.